All right. Thank you so much for joining me here today on the Red Pill Investor, as well as Sell More Homes Now here on YouTube. We're going to do a little bit of afternoon prospecting. I've gone ahead and done some of the appointments that I was going to do today. It is currently 5 minutes until 5 p.m. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of prospecting in an area near a property that I had recently bought. I had bought a property in this little area. We're going to call the homes in this area. We're going to talk to them and see if perhaps maybe we can find another wholesale lead. If you're just joining me for the very first time, thank you so much. My name's Carl Krenzel. If you're joining me here on Sell More Homes Now on YouTube, I would certainly encourage you to go ahead and subscribe and hit the notify button down there, because that way you'll be notified of every time we go on prospecting live, so that you can hear both sides of the conversation and everything we have to say. Also, if this is the first time that you're joining me, I would highly encourage you to go over and visit me at theredpillinvestor.com, where you'll find a lot, about 500 or so episodes or more, prospecting, presentations, objection handling, how to handle pretty much any situation you'd find yourself in when it comes to real estate investing or real estate as an investor or as a wholesaler or as a realtor. Right? That's really what this is all about when we're starting to talk about the Red Pill Investor as well as Sell More Homes Now. That's kind of my bent, right? Everybody's got their own little bent. That's my bent. That's more realtor investing, wholesaling, that sort of thing. So what we're going to do today is make those calls. And then we're also going to talk about the two kinds of people in the world. Right? There's two kinds of people in the world. We're going to talk about them very briefly. We're going to make this a very brief call because I got to go to church here in just about 45 minutes. I got to take off. So we'll make sure that we make this a brief call, but we'll take advantage of the time we have. So let's go ahead. I've got everything prepared for us. Now I'm going to make this a podcast. You'll be able to find this tomorrow morning. I'll get home tonight and I'll go ahead and make it a podcast. And then I'll put it out there tonight, maybe first thing in the morning. That way you'll have something cool to listen to as you're going about your day. Let's go ahead and press dial and we'll get started. Now, remember, if you were listening to the podcast earlier this morning,
please leave your message for
if you were listening to the podcast this morning, you might have remembered me making a lot of calls through this neighborhood. We found a couple good leads. Now we're going right back through it. Same idea, except we're changing the time, right? What we're going to do in this particular circumstance is we're going to see if we can go ahead and make some appointments this time with the people who are coming home. Like I said, it's about 5 o'clock. Many times people want to go ahead and think that this part of the day is better than another. And it's been my experience that more often than not, the afternoon is more problematic for a seller. Because many times they got kids or they're cooking dinner or, they're tired, obviously, from work. They don't want to talk to somebody on the phone. I can certainly appreciate that. I think we all, we all could appreciate how that feels. But on the other hand, we also know that if we don't make these calls, if we don't take the time to reach out and engage the public, well, then they might just end up with some half-wit realtor or investor who's going to end up costing them money or wasting their time. And that's why we do all this, is because we know that we are the best person for the job and that we care a whole lot more than most other folks would. And so we're going to go ahead and ensure that we do everything we can to reach them before the wolves do, right? Because there's certainly, I think, something noble about helping somebody out of a problem while you're making a profit on your own, and certainly being able to ensure that it's a fair process along the way, right? So let's just...
You have reached the voicemail box of 520.
So let's just jump in real briefly into the two types of people in the world. So the first kind of person in the world, right, is the kind of person, the person that you know. Right? I mean, when you think about it, out of all the people in the world, you know a certain group of that. Oh, you got your high school family, your friend, you got your family members, workmates, perhaps, people from former work associations, guys at the bowling club or church or wherever you go. You've got people in your world that you know, right? That's one group of people. And I'm not talking about like your Facebook friends or anything like that, because I'm talking about the people that you'd see in the supermarket that you'd recognize. It's people that you would talk to regularly. I suspect that that number is far less than your Facebook friend list, right? So when we examine the people that we have in our life, and we think, okay, well, if this one group is the people that I know, well, then the other group obviously is the people that I don't know, right? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hi there. This is Carl.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Carl Krenzel. How are you today?
I'm sorry. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I'm your new neighbor, actually. I just bought a property down the street from you over at 2639 East Warwick Vista. And again, my name is Carl Krenzel. I just wanted to reach out to you personally. I understand that you own that property over there on Winchester Vista. Is that correct?
Oh, no. I think you have the wrong number.
Oh,
No,
my
we're not
gosh. No, okay. Well,
no problem.
I apologize. Hey,
I know it is so familiar. No, that's okay.
Okay, since I got you anyway, do you know anybody who's got an unwanted home that I could buy for cash?
No, I don't.
No worries. Well, listen, I appreciate your time.
Okay,
You have a
thank you.
great day. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye. So, this means obviously that the other group is people that you do know. And that group obviously is much larger. I mean, that's the guy who cleans your pool. That's the guy who is at your Circle K or your QT or newspaper guy or pizza man or guy we're calling here on the phone. You know, when you think about it, that group is much larger. So why do I bring this up? Okay, well, if there's two groups of people in the world, you got those you know and those you don't know. Okay. If this is a contact sport, if this is a business where you have to contact people, okay.
Hello. Please
If
leave a message
if
after
the
the
only
tone.
way you're going to be able to get a paycheck in this game, if the only way you're going to be able to make money
Leave your message for Timmy.
is by talking to people that, you know, that have a real estate interest, then you could talk to all the people that you personally know
The call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
in relatively short order. I mean, it wouldn't take you very long at all to call through 150, 200 people. I mean, because realistically speaking, you probably don't know, right? I mean, know more than 150, 200 people probably at the most. And when you think about it, if you were to call them individually, it would not take you very long. Even if you were to just take the long route and just go knock on the door and say hi, even that wouldn't take you long. So if you're wanting to do business in a high capacity, okay, which is what most of you want to do. And when I say high capacity, I'm not talking about a deal a month. Okay, I'm talking about 3-4 deals a month or more for yourself, per person, right? Because when you think about it, selling is legal. I know, contrary to many brokers and other people's opinions, selling is in fact legal. Okay, you can go out, talk to people, and say, "Hey, look, I've got a product or a service or a widget that is going to benefit your life, and I'm here to preach the gospel of it to you."
Hello.
Hey, this is Carl Krenzel. How are you doing?
This is who?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Carl. I was calling. Is this the Kuroses? They own the. Hung up on me. Damn, it sounded like a salesman on that one. That was my bad. No worries. We'll call him back another time. He's just cracking open a Heineken right now. Should be going to church. Anyway, when you think about it, right? Uh, if you're trying to call, if you're trying to sell, okay, you're going to run out of people that you can talk to pretty quickly, because it doesn't matter how you do it. If you go face to face, if you call, if you write a letter, I mean, however you do it, it will not take you long to go through the amount of people you know and ask them, have you thought about selling real estate? Do you know anybody who does? I mean, that it won't take you too long. So if that's the case, and yet on the same token, you got to have a lot of real estate deals. What is a boy to do? Well, you've got to call, contact, knock on the door, email, mail, ghost, was it a carrier pigeon? I mean, whatever it takes, but you got to get a hold of this group that's larger, people you don't know. Hi, this is Carl Krenzel. How are you today?
I'm sorry, who is this?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. My name is Carl. I was looking for Angie Parati. Is this Angie?
Oh, she's not available right now.
Oh, how unfortunate. Yeah, no worries. Well, I'm her new neighbor. I understand she owns a property over there on Winchester Vista. I just bought a property down the way over there on Warwick Vista. Have I got the right place?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No problem. Well, listen, would you mind telling her, like I said, I just bought this property down the way from her. So if she sees a bunch of, she's out taking the dog for a walk or whatever, she sees the guys out there cleaning the yards up and making it look pretty and all that. Don't call the city enforcement code on people on us yet. We're cleaning it up and making it look pretty for you. Since I got you, do you happen to know anybody in the neighborhood maybe that I should talk to, who's got an unwanted home that I could buy for cash?
No, I don't know.
No worries. All right. And I'm curious, do you think Angie would consider selling her property?
No, not at this time.
All right. You have a wonderful day. Thanks, Angie.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. Oh boy, people act like I don't know. That's too funny. So anyway, right. So anyway, when you're trying to make your business work, when you're trying to start, okay, if you don't contact a large amount of people, how can you expect that you're going to have that many at bats, that many chances to win? Because remember, this is a contact sport, right? It's just like baseball. If you get a pitch tossed at you, okay, this is your opportunity to, you're at bat. This is your chance to swing, right? And when you think about it, the more swings you have, the more at bats you get, the more chances you have, the greater the opportunity you'll have to connect. I mean, even if, I used to have a sales manager who used to say, if you go knock on 100 doors and you puked on every single door, when you opened the door and you said, and you puked on them, one person out of that 100 would say, you know what? I appreciate your style. Come on in. Because it's just the numbers work to your favor. But the problem is that you never let the numbers work to your favor because you quit prior to getting the momentum you need. Why do you quit? Why do you quit? Well, okay, I'll tell you why you quit. You quit because somebody starts, critiquing you. Oh, why are you prospecting?
2024.
Why are you prospecting? That's old school. That doesn't work. Or, maybe you get it in your head and you tell yourself, gosh, I'm sitting here prospecting for hours and I don't see anything happening. I don't feel anything working. You never count the hours you spend on that mailer that went out and got you a bunch of crappy leads. You never spent it.
Please leave your message for 52.
You never spent a moment thinking about the money you wasted on a mailer or something like that. No, but you choose to focus on the time that you wasted on the prospecting because you feel that you could have done something more productive with it. I'm here to tell you, if you want to do deals, if you want to make transactions happen, I'm not talking about, 400 deals a year and all this other stuff that people try to impress you with. No, I'm talking about something sustainable for your life, to where you don't have to have massive amounts of staff, an incredible amount of overhead, and tons of problems. If you want that kind of lifestyle, well, then you have to learn how to prospect, and you have to learn how to prospect consistently. Regardless of what people say, regardless of what people think, it has to be this way. And the reason why it has to be this way is because you've tried everything else. Hello, Mr. Rodriguez.
Hello?
Hi, Mr. Rodriguez.
No.
Oh, gosh.
It's a Wallet World music store.
Oh, it's a music store. Okay, gosh. All right, no problem. Have a great day. Thanks.
You too.
Take
Good
care.
luck.
Bye-bye.
All right.
So that one appears to be a California number. And there we go. Boom. Yeah, so it has to be this way. I mean, you've tried everything else, right? I mean, look, what else are you going to do? You can hold open houses, but you can't control who's going to come in, and you can't control how many people they're going to be.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Cardenas.
Yes.
Oh, hi there. This is Carl Krenzel. How are you today?
Good.
I'm the fellow who just bought a property down the street from you over there at Warwick Vista. I bought you still own that home on Bristol Avenue, correct?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Well, I just wanted to reach out to you personally because I just bought that home on Warwick Vista, and I wanted to let you know we're going to have some people out there fixing it up and making it look pretty, and that way you'd kind of know if you're out taking the dog for a walk or something, you'll see what's going on. It'll help raise the values, okay?
Okay, good enough.
Hey, since I've got you here anyway, Lenore, do you happen to know of anyone else who's got an unwanted property that I could buy for cash that maybe I should talk to in the neighborhood? Do you know anyone?
No, I don't.
No worries, no worries. And have you considered selling your property on Bristol at all?
No, not yet.
Oh, no, I don't blame you. That's a beautiful area right there. I'm just curious, how long have you guys lived there?
I've lived there like over 40 years.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I bet you've seen tons of changes, huh?
Yes.
Holy cow. Wow. Where'd you come from? Were you here in town when you moved here?
Yes.
I mean, there probably wasn't much out there right then, huh?
Well, they put up the wall, and aviation was just the way it was. You could just, it was all a small road. So yeah, there was a lot of big changes there.
Wow, that's that's incredible. Well, I'm curious, if you were to move, where would you go next?
I have no idea.
No problem. All right. And when do you think that might be? Any ideas?
Not soon.
Okay, great. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay?
You.
Yes. Yes.
You too. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, boom. Yeah, so, okay. Let's say you're going to try and make 2 deals a month. Let's say that's your goal. 2 deals a month, and you're going to try and do it out of open houses. Okay. How many open houses do you have to sit? First of all, how many contacts do you have to get 2 listing contracts? I mean, let's say to get a listing, it's 1 for every 100 contacts, for the sake of argument. I'm not saying that that's what yours is, but I'm just saying that's what it is, right? Let's say it for the sake of argument is what it is. Would mean that in order for you to get 2 signed listing contracts, you would need to get 200 contacts. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is it's not 200, because you're not going to get those 2 listings on the first time. I mean, you're going to have to make a couple different presentations, and some people are probably going to tell you no. I mean, let's just say that you have a 50% success ratio when you're closing. The National Association of Realtors says that the average realtor has about a 40%, 46% closing ratio. But let's say you're a little bit better than average. You got a 50% closing ratio. In order for you to get 2 transactions a month, you're going to have to do 4 presentations, which means you're going to have to talk to 400 people.
Yep.
Hey, this
Hello.
is hi. My name's Carl. How are you?
Okay.
I was looking for the Yepez's. They own some property over there on Winchester Vista. Is that your property, sir?
You're looking for the who?
Oh, I apologize. My name is Carl. I was looking for Abraham. He owns a property at 2602 Winchester Vista. Are you Abraham?
What? No, I have no idea what you're talking
Oh
about.
gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, do you know anything about the home at 2602 East Winchester Vista? Does that ring a bell at all? Or Abraham Yepez? Does that?
What town is it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tucson, Arizona. Yes, sir.
No.
Huh.
Nothing.
Gosh. Okay. Well, gosh, I'm sorry. Well, listen, I hope you have a great day. Okay.
All right.
Sorry
bye-bye.
for the wrong number. Take care. All right. So let's see here. Not the right number there. So in order for you to get 4 opportunities at bats, if you will, then you have to talk to 400 people. How are you going to talk to 400 people in an open house? How many open houses do you have to talk to 400 people? Now, you could say to yourself, well, gosh, there's no way on God's green earth I can talk to 400 people. I need to qualify the people a little bit better. I can't talk to that many people. Okay, well, fine. You can cut that number in half. You don't have to talk to 400 cold calls or anything like that. You could cut that number in half by strictly talking to expireds, for sale by owners, for rent by owners, pre-foreclosures, people who have a need to sell, right? You could talk to those people. Now you only have to talk to what? 200 people in a month. But all those expireds, all those for sale by owners, and all those pre-foreclosures have to come through your open house, which they're not going to do. How are you going to talk to all these expireds, all these cancels, all these for sale by owners, all these people who say they need to sell their home? How are you going to do it? Well, you could go knock on the door. That's true. Gas is relatively inexpensive, unless of course you're living in California, in which case I'm sorry.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Amanda.
Sorry?
Oh, hi. My name is Carl. I was looking for the owners of a home over there on Bristol Avenue. Is that your property, ma'am? Miss Kamat?
No,
Oh
no.
boy.
My parents.
Oh, it's your parents'
No.
place. Oh,
No, that's not
okay. No,
no, that's not my parents.
oh gosh. Okay. Do you know anything about that house at 1521 South Bristol Avenue?
What about it?
Yeah, no problem. Well, I just bought a house down the way from it over there at 2639 Warwick Vista. And I typically call all the neighbors in the area just to let them know that I bought it. And, if they're out walking around with the dog or whatever, they're going to see my workers out there kind of cleaning the place up and making it look pretty. We're going to, raise the values a little bit. So I just thought I'd like to reach out and give everybody a call. Are you the owner of that house?
I'm not, no, but that's why I wasn't sure because I don't know. This is a cell phone, so I wasn't sure how you.
Oh,
get the
gosh.
number.
And do you know anything about that house?
I mean, well, like I said, I prefer not to give information. I'm not sure how you got my number.
Huh. Okay. Well, heaven only knows. Is this Amanda Camacho, perhaps?
No.
Gosh. Okay. Well, I have no idea how I got your number either. That's a great note. Great question. Well, listen, I hope you have a great day. Sorry, I got the wrong number. Since I got you anyway, do you know anybody perhaps who has an unwanted home that I could buy for cash?
No, not at all.
All right.
I'm not even a homeowner. So.
Oh, no worries. Well, listen, I appreciate your time. I hope you have a great day. Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. So how are you going to talk to all these people? I mean, short of doing a mailing campaign, which costs money, knocking on doors, which also costs money. I don't know how you could really get to a specific set of people like that, short of physically calling them. Now, here's the thing. Calling them is better because you have the ability to decide who you're going to call and who's going to get your message. You can go through the list in advance, and you can decide, okay, well, people who've owned their home for less than 5 years. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, good morning.
Who's
Or
talking to me?
yeah, yes, ma'am. My name's Carl Krenzel. I was looking for Miss Ashley. Is this Miss Ashley?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Wonderful. Well, my name again is Carl. I just bought a home not far from you over there on you own that home over there on Winchester Vista, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And we are not selling.
Oh no, I wasn't
This
asking.
is our home.
Oh no, that's fine. I wasn't calling about that. I was actually calling because I bought a property down the way from you at 2639 Warwick Vista, and I always like to make it a habit just to call all the new neighbors, just let them know, hey, I bought the property in the area. It's me. By the way, if you're taking the dog for a walk and you see us doing some repairs, that's what that's about. Plus, if the house needs any, if you see anything that code wise needs to be fixed or something, feel free to pick up the phone and give me a call if you see any kind of concern. So I just thought I would reach out to you. So
And you're Chris McLean?
No, ma'am. My name is Carl Krenzel. Yes, ma'am. And my number's right there on your cell phone caller ID. That's my personal cell phone. Since I've got you here anyway, Miss Ashley, do you happen to know of anybody in the neighborhood I should talk to? Maybe who's got an unwanted home that they'd perhaps sell for cash? Do you know anyone else?
No, I really don't.
No worries. No worries. And have you folks considered selling your property at all?
Nope.
I don't blame you. It's a great little spot over there. So, okay. Well, listen, I appreciate your time and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye. Okay. Not interested. All right. There we go. All right, move forward. Here we go. So, when you're trying to decide about an attack plan for how you're going to get the contacts you say you need, okay? Because think about, this is what, June 19th, I guess, the day we're recording this, June 19th. So easily 6 months ago, you were reveling, you were excited, you were pumped up, you were raring to go because this was your opportunity to start over. January 2019. You had a great plan. You had a business plan. You had a marketing idea. You had all these great plans about what you
has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
What you were going to do. You had it all figured out. It's kind of like, when Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. You had a plan, and then the market punched you in the mouth. Maybe the market's doing really well for you, but now you got busy and now you're off track for your plan. Maybe the market slowed down a little bit where you are and it's softened up a little bit because there's a little bit of pooling on the market that's going on. And, things aren't selling quite as fast.
You have reached the voicemail box of 52030.
Regardless of what's going on in your particular marketplace, rather it be on fire, rather it be a static market, or rather it be a market that's depressing, look, you have to come to the basic acceptance. That's the best way to put it. Acceptance of the fact that there are more people in the world that you don't know than you do. And for you as a real estate investor, as a realtor who invests, for you to make the decision that I'm only going to talk to this amount of people because these are the only people I work with, my center of influence. I work with my sphere, my past clients, and that's it. I don't want to work with for sale by owners. I don't want to work with expireds, and I don't want to work with pre-foreclosures or all this other weirds. I don't want to do all that. Look, I get it. But could we agree, you and I, that okay, let's just say for the sake of,
Hello?
yeah, hi, this is Carl Krenzel. How are you?
Who's it?
My name is Carl. Is this Miss Zapata? Yeah, I was looking for Mrs. Zapata on Crosby Vista. Have I got the right place?
Sierra Vista?
No, Crosby Vista, 2707 Crosby Vista, Francisco Zapata. Have I got the right place?
I think you have the wrong number.
Oh gosh. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. So a quick tip to those who are watching, right? If you ever want to get rid of a telemarketer, right? The fastest way to do it is have a lot of background noise because, man, I hate that. That just gets me like from the get-go. It's just something that I can't do, right? Don't have a lot of versatility for that yet, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, when you think about it, right? If you're unwilling to step into some of these other areas, I get it, okay?
Please leave your message for.
But would you agree with me that not everybody, not all agents are equal? Oh, yeah, sure, we're all like equal in rights and all those good things. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in terms of abilities. Not every realtor, not every investor is the same. You know, to go around saying that all realtors are morons is dumb.
On Central Station, how can I help you?
Hi, my name's Carl Krenzel. How are you today?
I'm busy taking care of the elderly gentleman here. That's why I'm answering.
God bless your heart.
I
No
can't be
worries.
on the phone much.
Well, no worries. Well, listen, you have a great day. I was just saying, I'm the new neighbor down the way. I was just calling to see if he had ever considered selling that property on Crosby Vista. Do you know offhand if they ever considered selling it?
No, even the man next door to him wants to buy it, and he don't want to sell it yet.
I don't blame him.
It's supposed to be sold when he passes away.
Well, let's hope that's a good long time away. You have a wonderful evening, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
too.
you.
Bye-bye.
God bless. So let's just say, all right, that not all agents are created equal, that we're all going to approach things differently. And to say that all wholesalers or all investors are morons, that's just as equally dumb, right? You can't approach that everybody and everything is a certain same thing. And if that's the truth, then we know that some realtors are better than others. And if you are a realtor who invests, you have, in my mind, an obligation to call expireds, an obligation to call for sale by owners, an obligation to call for rent by owners. It's part of your obligation to the public as a realtor. Because if you do not do that, okay, then they're going to get hooked up with some numbskull who, is not going to help them. He's going to cost them money. I really believe that because not everybody is the same. And why do I say it's going to be some numbskull? Well, because let's think this through. If it was an experienced agent, then chances are they're probably not prospecting and they're probably not calling expires. They're probably not calling expires and for sale by owners. Who's calling expires and for sale by owners? Brand new agents. Brand new agents who make mistakes. Brand new agents who don't know any better. Brand new agents who don't get any training. And the market is really good right now. And so it seems like everybody's a genius. All you got to do is just do X, Y, and Z. And what do you know?
Hello.
Hello, this is Carl. How are you?
I'm fine. Who is it?
No problem. My name's Carl. I was actually looking for Mary Jenkins. Is that you?
No, you must have the wrong number.
Oh my gosh. God bless. All right. Well, I was actually looking for the owners of a home at 2532 East Winchester Vista. Have I got the right place at all?
Not at all.
Holy cow. Do you know anything about either one of those people, Miss Jenkins or the house?
I don't even know where that would be.
Well, that would be here in Tucson. Well, God bless your heart. All right. Well, listen.
Oh, well, you see, I'm not you. You know what? You probably got the wrong area code because I'm in Phoenix.
Yes, ma'am. I noticed it's a 602, but I know sometimes people have like an absentee owner. So, all right, no problem. But listen, I hope you have a great day. Okay. Thank you.
You too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So if you don't call, then the new agent will. The commission cutting person will. The person who can't help them is going to call them. Is it really any wonder why they have such a low opinion of us when those are the people who call them and the experienced people who can make a difference don't call? You know, my request to you.
Hello?
Hi, this is Carl Krenzel. How are you?
Who?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Carl. I was looking for the Oliveira's residence over there on Bristol. Have I got the right place?
Yes, wife.
Oh, cool. No problem. Well, listen, it's no worries. My name's Carl Krenzel. I'm a fellow who just bought a house down the way from you at 2639 Warwick Vista. And I just like to call everybody in the neighborhood after I buy a home, just let them know, hey, I got my workers out there. They're going to be out there kind of cleaning it up. So if you're out, in the neighborhood taking the dog for a walk or whatever, then you'll know what's going on right there with the house. So I just wanted to reach out to you and just say if there's any problems with the house or anything you see code wise or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me personally. I'll make sure we get it fixed fair enough.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Hey, and by the way, since I've got you here anyway, have you lived in that little neighborhood for a while now?
Not too long.
Okay. Well, maybe you know. Do you know of anybody else in that neighborhood that maybe I need to talk to who might have an unwanted home that I could buy for cash?
I'm not too sure.
No problem. It's kind of a crazy question anyway. So,
Yeah.
All right, cool. Have you ever considered selling that property on Bristol at all?
I actually rent it.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, listen,
I'm just renting the house.
Oh, all right. Well, that's cool. Well, listen, brother, I appreciate your time and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If I had my wits about me, I would have called him to see. Oh, I'm sorry. I would have asked him to see if maybe he had the owner's phone number. I have a phone number, another phone number for that person, but maybe he might have another one. If I had my wits about me, I would have asked him. I have my mind distracted at the moment. But yeah, I mean, when you think about it, if you don't call, it's a lot like malpractice. I mean, gosh, because we just allow these agents who have virtually no skills to come in and wreak havoc on the marketplace. We have nobody but ourselves to blame. We really need to go ahead and take this very seriously, in my opinion. This whole issue of...
Hello.
Hi, this is Carl Krenzel. How are you today?
Hello.
Yes, my name's Carl. I was looking for the Cortezes over there on Treat Avenue. Have I got the right place?
The Cortezes?
Well, yeah, Chris Maldonado or Indira Cortez. They own some property over there at 1602 South Treat Avenue. Have I got the right place?
Well, no. I mean, no. This is
gosh,
Gabriel. I don't know who you're looking for.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Do you know anything about them or that property? Have I got just the wrong number altogether?
I don't even know who owns that property.
Oh gosh. I'm so sorry. Then I guess I got the wrong number. Then I apologize. Hey, since I got you anyway, do you know anybody who's got an unwanted home that I could buy for cash?
I don't.
No worries.
I have somebody that's looking into it, but the house is condemned, but he decided he didn't want to. I already called a couple other people that buy homes.
Huh.
So I don't know if
was this a property
for sale there on Treat?
Oh, well, this I didn't know about that one. Which property is condemned? We're talking about 1602 Treat. Is that one condemned?
No. There's a house out there on Fort Lowell.
Oh,
that I was gonna. Yeah, that one's condemned, and I had talked to a couple of people. I didn't know if you were calling in regards to that house, but you got the address is not right. So
where did you
get my number from?
Well, yeah, this apparently is just the wrong number for the property there, and it's just fortuitous that I should call you. You mentioned something about a condemned house or something that you were somebody wasn't looking to buy or something. Is it literally condemned by the city? Is that what the problem is, or?
Yeah, it's literally condemned by the city. Yeah, but the guy doesn't want to sell it. He wants to fix it, the owner. So.
Oh, I see.
That's why I'm telling you.
Gotcha.
You'd be spinning your wheels.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Hey, I appreciate you thinking about it anyway, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Okay.
You too.
Thanks, brother. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's see here. Wrong number. Delete. Count. Resume. There we go. Yeah. So, when you think about it, the amount of people that you don't know versus the amount of people you do know clearly means that if you want to do more than one deal, more than one deal a month, you've got to find a way to talk to a lot more people. which means that you've got to get over your fear, about this issue or whatever fear may be that's preventing you from going out and making the calls that you need to make. Because when you think about it,
reach the voicemail box of 520.
When you think about it, if you approach it from the mindset that you're actually here because you're trying to save them from somebody who's maybe not as proficient as you, if you approach it from that mindset as opposed to the mindset that, oh my gosh, I'm bugging these people and all this other stuff, well, that's a different reason why you call. I mean, I'm trying to put this in a way that hopefully will really, really resonate with you. Okay. Because if you have it in your head that when you prospect every day, all you're doing is wasting your time and talking to the wind and not getting any appointments, not getting anything done, and it's just a waste. And you're pestering people, and if that's what your mindset is about when it comes to prospecting, well, then of course you're not going to prospect. Who would? Who wants to go out and waste their time, talk to the wind, and hear no all the time and bug people? Who wants to do that? Right? I don't want to do that. But if you have it in your mindset, on the other hand, same mind, same process, same thing you're doing. But if you have it in your mindset, you know what? I'm going to call some people. I'm going to call some families, because that's who we're really talking about. We're talking about families, mom, dad, kids, families. Okay. And they have real estate problems. Okay. They've got a house that they need to sell. There's an expired listing, canceled listing, whatever it is. They're in an area where you buy, where they might be willing to sell for cash. Whatever the purpose, when you're calling people, if you have it in your mindset that you're out there trying to help, that you're trying to find that next person who's willing to say yes, that next person who's got a problem property, and you have pockets full of Advil, like my man says, well, then when you think about it, you're going to be a lot more present in your prospecting. You're going to be a lot more effective in your prospecting, and you certainly are going to enjoy the process a lot more. Wow. So we've reached the end of the call list here for the subdivision. We're on this last one. It's the 68th contact. We had 67 leads. We made 90 calls. We had 12 contacts. We left 6 voicemails. It took us about 44 minutes. So that's where we are with the prospecting on that. Hopefully this was something that was beneficial to you. Hopefully this was something that was going to help you out. If you felt that it was, would you do me a favor? Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, notify, hit that subscribe, go over to the Red Pill Investor Podcast. Make sure you notify and subscribe over there so you won't miss anything else, including the premium podcasts. If you've missed out on this, I've got a new, well, not new, but I got a webinar series that I am putting on the premium podcast. It's called the Prospecting Academy. Now, this was a webinar series that I did a number of I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, right? If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you'll remember this was a course that I taught. I believe it was, $250 for the webinar. It was an 8-week course with a webinar and a Q&A system. So we have a webinar, Q&A, webinar, Q&A, webinar, Q&A. And for 8 weeks, we go through the entire sales process, everything you need to do, start to finish, when it comes to prospecting, lead follow-up, presentations, closing, building a business, admin, all those things. So over the next few weeks, what you can see in the premium podcast section, you'll see that at the Red Pill Investor as I go ahead and start uploading that as well. I just uploaded a couple days ago, Prospecting Academy week number 1, where we started talking about lead generation and lead generation techniques. If you're interested, if you're already a supporter of the podcast and the premium podcast, thank you. I appreciate you very much. Feel free to go ahead and join or go over there and watch that series as I upload it. If you have not yet become a premium podcast member, boy, what are you waiting for? We've got over 100 episodes that are not available to the free public. They're only available to premium podcast members. You just pay one price every month. You get access to all the stuff that I update. As long as you're a member, it's completely for you. So anyway, that being said, I hope you have a powerful, productive, and most of all, memorable sales day. I'm headed off to church, and I hope you have a powerful one. Take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.